I'm Naveen Kumar Singh. By profession, I'm a management consultant, and I'm also an alumni from IIM Calcutta. So in today's video, we'll be solving a guesstimate, and this is the first guesstimate I'll be solving in the series of videos I'm going to create, or maybe which I'm planning to create. So let's see how it goes. And why I'm doing this is first, recently I was just curious about, all the strategy frameworks I used to refer and study while my college days. I just wanted a reference from where I can just brush up all those concepts. But as I searched on internet and searched on YouTube videos, I could not find any specific website or a channel which could give me everything at one place. Okay. So what I was doing for myself was I was just I was thinking of creating a directory where I'll just put all my exercise which I'll be doing and put all the videos, not videos as such, but all the exercise which I'll be doing, all the Excel files, all the guesstimate files. So I just thought that why not make it a video and upload it on YouTube so that maybe people who want to refer it can also refer it. So yeah, I mean uh, this is it. So this is why I'm creating it. So let's see how it goes. So okay. So we'll just directly jump into it. Okay, so this is blank because this is going to be the first guesstimate I'll be solving. So, uh, so a very broad rules for guesstimate. So I'm not going to delve deeper into how to solve a guesstimate as such, that whether to take a top-down plan or a bottom-up plan. That is something which you have to decide, and you may find some prep work or prep sheet online for that. I'll just take few examples and take some approach and try to solve a guesstimate, and we'll arrive at some ballpark figure, and we'll just be more focused on the approach rather than being focused on numbers or whatever. Okay. So a good practice is to create a it is always a good practice to create a cheat sheet. So what do I mean by cheat sheet is, so whenever you are doing a guesstimate, there are some figures which should always be on top of your mind. Okay. Now, what are these figures? So one is I have kind of collated all these figures. So I'll tell you how I arrived at this data collection is. I took some examples of guesstimates. I tried solving it, and then I while 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 I was proceeding in that exercise, I realized that okay, I need these data which are actually facts. Now, wherever you feel such need, you can add that data point in your cheat sheet. Okay, so as in when you solve, let's say 5-10 guesstimates, you'll have some facts which you see that are indispensable. Uh, for before going into any guesstimate exercise. Okay. So I have collated that data here, and as and when I'll be solving more number of guesstimates, I may add many data points here. Okay, but don't make it too verbose. This page should be such that all data in this page should be on top of your mind. So if you make this page like 4-5 sheets of page, then I'm pretty sure that you will not remember all those things. So just keep the most important part here. Okay, like the population of India, 130 crore, 1.3 billion. Rural urban split 70-30 is good. Age demographics 0 to 14, 15, 64, and 65 plus. So 26%, 67%, 7%. And to get a kind of whole figure, which I can remember, 35 crore, 90 crore, 10 crore. This is good enough. Okay. And for gender distribution, male, female, 48, 52. So unless somebody specifically asks you to take it as 42 and 52, 48 and 52, sorry. So for all practical purposes, you can consider it as 50-50. Okay. So whenever you are doing a guesstimate, nobody is very specific about what the end figure you are arriving at. Rather, people are more specific about what approach you follow. Okay. So yeah. So this is a cheat sheet you can create for yourself. This is the cheat sheet I have created for myself. I'll be adding data as I go further. Okay. So let's get into our first guesstimate. So the problem statement is guesstimate the total number of traffic light showing red at any given point of time. Okay. So if you see this problem, what is the first thing that is coming to your mind? Just take a moment and realize. Understand that what is the first thing you should be asking. You should be trying to create a scope for this problem. Correct? I mean, guesstimate the total number of traffic lights showing red at any given point of time. But where? I mean, number of traffic lights in India, some other country or some specific state or something. So let's say for purpose of this exercise, I consider the scope as Patna. Let's say. So this is a Patna is my hometown. So I'm kind of expected to know everything about this place. So it's better that in my practice, I start practicing putting my hometown in place so that I also get worse with it. Okay. So let's say Patna. Okay. Now, guess again, if you read the question, it is guesstimate the total number of traffic lights showing red at any given point in time. Now, there are three colors which a traffic light shows, right? Red, green, and yellow. Okay. So this also you can confirm with the interviewer if you want. So, but this is kind of more or less a fact that these are the three colors the traffic light shows. Okay. Now, I assume that for 50% of time, the traffic light is green. For 40%, sorry, 50% of time, the traffic light is red. 40% of time, the traffic light is green. And 10% of the time, the traffic light is yellow. Now, this is again based on my understanding or my experience, how I have seen the traffic lights uh, near my city, in my city, and wherever I have been. So, this is just based on my experience. Okay. Now, the approach I'll be following. So, whenever you start a guesstimate, you should have a broader picture in your mind that what flow you will be arriving at, and it is always better if you are able to put some broad level formula in upfront. Okay. So, if I want to guesstimate the total number of traffic lights that are showing red at any given point in time, what do I need to arrive at? First is what are the total number of traffic lights in Patna? I need this figure, right? Now, to get this total number of traffic lights in Patna, the next break I could put on is what is the length of street in Patna multiplied by number of traffic lights per kilometer, right? So this will give me the the total length of street in Patna, and I'll multiply it with the total number of lights per kilometer. Okay. So if you see, this is again something which I need to assume, right? So I'll assume that between any two traffic lights, there is a distance of 500 meters. I'm assuming it. Okay. This is the average I'm taking, considering both residential areas where the traffic lights are much closer, and considering the highway or any flyover areas where the distance between two traffic lights is much larger. So I'll consider 500 meters, that is zero point 0.5 kilometer. This is the distance between two traffic lights. Okay. Now, if I have these information, so this is something which I'm kind of doing in my mind. So this is the this is a thought process behind the formula I'm going to put here. So this is something which you need not put on paper as such. Okay. So the formula I was going to put here was the total length of street in Patna multiplied by percentage of length covered by street light into average number of street light per kilometer. Okay. This is the good enough calculation to arrive at the number of street lights. Okay. And once I have this calculation, I also want to add percentage of time the street light is red, which we have assumed to be as 50%. Okay. So this is the overall formula which will give me my final answer. Okay. Now if you see the percentage of time of the street light is red, this is something which you have assumed. Total length of street light in Patna, this is something we need to arrive at. Percentage of length covered by street light, this again we need to assume. Okay. So assume 70% of streets are covered by street light. Okay. So when I say 70% of streets are covered by street light, I basically mean that for 70% of the street length, we have considered it while putting on the street lights. Okay. So basically, whatever length will come, 70% of that will be considered as the actual length of street with the street lights, and then we'll be multiplying it with this the number of street lights per kilometer. Okay. Yeah. So now the only factor we need to arrive at right now is only variable we need to calculate right now is total length of street in Patna. Okay. Now for this the approach I'll be taking is, so what do I know about Patna? I know I'm expected to know more or less about the area of Patna, and so to say area of Bihar also. Okay. So I know for a fact that area of Patna is 250 kilometer square. Okay. So it is more or less this only. So I'm not too much bothered about what the actual figure is, but it is around 250 square kilometers. Okay. Now this total area is divided into various different type of, I mean, this area is covered by different type of entities. So first is, let's say, real estate. Second is, let's say, farmlands. Third is, let's say, streets. And fourth is others, where I would basically put all the, let's say, railway lines or whatever. Okay. So I'm considering that 40% of area is covered with real estate. Since Bihar is agrarian and Patna is not very different, so Patna is also kind of agrarian only at the outskirts at least. So at least 30% is I can consider as farmland, 20% I can consider as streets, and remaining 10% I can consider as others. Okay. Now I am bothered about the street, that is 20%. Okay. So now I can directly get the area covered by street, which is 20% of the total area of Patna. That is 50 square kilometers. Okay. So, okay. So this looks good. 20%. Yeah. So this is 50 square kilometers. Okay. So now I have area covered by street. Now to arrive at the length of the street, the next assumption I need to take is the breadth of the street. So by experience, I know that more or less 20 to 25 meters of breadth is something I can assume. Okay. So let's say I assume that the breadth of a road, average breadth of a road is, I'll put average here so it will be better. Average breadth of the road is 20 meters. This is my assumption. Okay. So the length I'll be calculating is 50 kilometer divided by this average breadth. So don't forget to manage this meter, kilometer, square kilometer. Otherwise, your numbers will be just jumping here and there. Okay. So just keep in mind while solving this. Okay. So I think I did some mistake. Is it 50 square kilometer and 20 meter, and yeah, everything looks good. Correct? Yeah, everything looks good. So I was kind of confused. So this happens. So it is better to keep everything in single units, so that if you're considering meters everywhere, so better to keep it in meters everywhere. Okay. So anyway, now since we have the length of the street. Okay. So once we have the length of the street, if you go back to our initial formula, percentage of time the street light is red, we have already assumed it as 50%. We needed the total length of street in Patna, that we have got. The next thing is percentage of length covered by street lights, that we have assumed as 70%, and average number of street lights per kilometer, what we have assumed is at every 500 meter there is a street light. So per kilometer there are two street lights. Okay. So if you see all the variables in this formula, we have derived them. So either we have derived them or we have assumed them. Okay. So this formula in itself is complete now. So if we just put it all here, so the percentage of time the street light is red, 0.5, that is 50%, into total length of street in Patna, that is 2500 kilometers, and what is this? Yeah, percentage of length covered by street light, that is 70%, and average number of street light per kilometer, that is 2. So 1750. So at any given point in time, I should be seeing 1750 red lights. Okay. So this is the answer for this guesstimate. So if you see, we solved this guesstimate in a specific way. So when I say specific way, what do I say? First, we try to scope the problem. That what is the problem? What is the area which we are considering? Then we try to kind of do some calculation in our mind to arrive at one single equation, which will finally give us our answer. And in this one single equation, we further break it down depending upon what all variables we need to calculate and what all variables we need to assume. Okay. So this is one example of a guesstimate. You may try solving it for your city, for let's say, or or some different country, or let's say for whole India. So you can try this on your own, and your approach might also vary. So it is not so that everybody needs to follow this approach or something. Your approach might also vary. Just keep few things in mind. Every time you solve a guesstimate, scope it. Try to put one formula where where you are very clear about what all the variables you will be considering, so that if interviewer is, let's say he wants you to consider some more variables, he can interject here and help you out. Okay, it is better to take the interview's agreement here rather than arriving at a number and then totally wondering that where this number came from. And also while solving this, always think out loud. Okay, so that you as well as the interviewer, or let's say your client, you both are on same page. Okay, so yeah, so this was it. So I hope you like it. So I'll be solving some more guesstimates. If you have, let's say, comments on some better approach, so I'm always ready to learn. So if you have some better approach, please put it in comments. So I'll also learn. I'll also try to refine my method while solving a guesstimate. Okay, thank you, bye bye.